Hello and Happy New Year. Are you guys ready to get started? We have a ton of stuff to do and not much time to do it. That's the nature of a winter class. So, what I want to do is give you an overview. Every week, there'll be a video like this that gives you an idea of how all the big ideas tie together and shows you what tools are available. So, the first thing we need to do is jump into Moodle. So, let me do a screen share. This is what Moodle will look like probably when you log in. And this is our class website. So to orient you just a little bit briefly, on the left-hand column, the left-hand side, there are some blocks. And those blocks can tell you who's online, some details, gives you some navigation, some admin. Play around with that, see what's available. Usually on the top here, I put a really brief announcement, but the main announcement every week will be in Discord, in our Discord class. And so you'll want to make sure to look for that for all the details. Now, for this week, when we're first starting, you're going to be really interested in reading this or watching this activity completion and removing restriction video. It's really short. I'm going to show you how to do it here so you get it twice, but you're going to want to check this off when you're done watching it. So you see it says click to toggle completion status. That is what you do. You just click it. Don't cheat. Don't click it if you haven't watched it. But if you have watched it, it's really handy. Down here, every week, a new module will open up. So there are some modules that are useful information, like important information, things like the syllabus, the class schedule, a critical thinking video. There's different things in there that you'll find helpful, and it's always in that spot. The help desk here in Moodle contains lots of different videos. I'm just going to do a really brief look. Lots of different videos. So if you're stuck on something, look here first. See if there's a video about how to do the thing you're trying to do. There's a bunch of videos on Discord. There's videos on Moodle, videos on Zoom, just all kinds of stuff that you'll find useful. Consider it kind of the class help desk library. Technology News has a bunch of different sites that post technology news, from MIT to Reddit to Twitter to Slashdot, New York Times. And then there's a whole link about 10 must-read sites, to stay updated if you need some more. Some of these ones are listed on that article, and then there's some new ones. Part of what we're going to do this week is look for a topic, and you might not have any idea. So spend some time scanning through what the headlines are on these different sites, see what sounds interesting. So this is just here as a current event resource, basically. The Reliable Sources Project is a multi-week, large, semester-long project. It's got several parts to it, and the parts will be released week by week, but they're all in one spot here. So you can come to this one folder. It'll show you everything all in one spot. This is our class textbook, not the whole textbook, but I've got the first few chapters available in a really old PDF, not great. And it's an older version of the book, and the book's already a couple of years old. So my advice is if you absolutely don't have the textbook yet, because we're jumping right in with Unit 5, we're not wasting any time at all, getting right into Unit 5. We're going to jumble around the chapters a little bit. Anyhow, this is here until you get your book. Okay, but after you get your book, you're going to want to use that. And a lot of people rent the book. A lot of people buy it used. I mean, it's not that expensive. Last I looked, it was like $30 to rent it, which is a pretty good price. All of the chapter quizzes are here. All of the chapter quizzes are available now. And all of the chapter quizzes are due, I believe it's February 5th. Let me click one. And yeah, it'll tell you up here when it closes, February 5th. So what does that mean? Well, that means you can do them all at once. I recommend you do them as we go along, as they are assigned. Oops, opened up the wrong thing here. As they are assigned, because then if you wait until the end, you're going to end up trying to take 11 quizzes all at once. And that's not any fun. So let's take a quick look at what our actual week is going to look like. And like I said, every week, a new tile, a new module will open up. This week, I've split it into 2 modules because one is the getting started. And you've already probably looked at that a little bit because I sent out information before the class started. And so you have the checklist already. But follow the instructions. What you're going to have to do, I'm going to check this off really quick. You notice when I check that off, all these things say restricted. Now, you remember that video I said you needed to watch in the beginning? Watch it. It'll show you what to do about that. But if you hover over these, it tells you what you need to do. And when you do the thing, all these steps will open up. So there's some stuff that is due by Wednesday, and there's some stuff that is due by Friday. However, there's a bonus if you get all 6 steps done by Wednesday. I'm going to give you a bonus. Really, it won't take you that long. You probably should plan about maybe 2 hours to get all of this done on this section. The most important thing is set up a Zoom time on Meet the Professor. I'll give you a link. There's a link there to my schedule. Just pick a time. Make sure you keep the time. I'm meeting with everybody one-on-one as we start the class in about the first 10 days of class. The sooner you can do it, the better. And we'll get off to a good start. Once you've completed all of these activities, then you're going to jump over to the actual content for the week. Now remember, I'm going to say this over and over, and I've already said it. In the winter, we're doing 3 weeks of work for every 1 week in class, approximately. So it's going to be a lot. You need to plan a significant amount of time. We'll talk about that before we end. So let me jump down here, and I'm not going to give you details of all these things because a lot of these different things have their own video details, so there's no need to get into all of that. But what you're going to want to do as a strategy is to start your week where it says start here. There'll be a video, that's what you're watching right now, and there'll be a checklist, which most of you, or at least some of you, have already opened up. So when you go to the checklist page, it's going to give you 2 options. Copy the checklist to your own Google Drive or view the checklist, okay? And you can't edit this one. The first one you can edit. So if you click the copy, it's going to say, would you like to make a copy of this? Well, yeah, I'd love to make a copy of that because then I can take my own notes and I can keep track of my own stuff, but it's calling it copy of, okay? So you might want to change that, say this is Bob's copy, or, Bob's copy of whatever. It's up to you, especially if your name's not Bob. So when you first come to the checklist, here is a tip, and I've got the tip down here and using the document outline. But if you open this, it'll show you everything that's on the document. And you might come back later and you're like, okay, I already did all this stuff. I want to just jump down here, use the document outline. It lets you jump around. That's super helpful. There's going to be an icon key. So different activities have an icon associated. So you can just glance and say, okay, that's a video. Okay, that's a project. Projects will take more time. If it's got the project clock, you're going to have to be spending some time on that one. It's not a quick thing. So this is definitely not a wait until Sunday class. So as you go down, week 1, start here. What you'll notice is that this activity maps to what you'll see here on the block in the module. And so as you go down, you can say, okay, well, I watched this one, it's completed. This video will be here by the time class starts. This checklist is in progress. Use this to help you track stuff. You say, okay, I watched that one. And so go down the list as you watch them. Okay, and you'll see that all of that is in here. Now, one thing I'm going to show you is on the videos, I have how long the video lasts, just to give you an idea. And back up at the top, total video time for this module is approximately 2.5 hours. So that's just watching the videos, 2.5 hours. Now, remember, on campus, you'd be in class 18 hours a week. All right. So 2.5 hours is not bad compared to 18 hours sitting on campus in class. But that doesn't count the actual time it takes to do the work. That's just adding up how many minutes the videos last. And I like to use videos because online, so many things we see you have to read, right? It's like a lot of words. But with videos, you get to visualize. And a lot of people find that a lot more helpful. but usually there's instructions both ways, video and in writing. So you'll just go down this list. You'll check off the things we're going to do. So this week we're covering two parts. How do we use technology? And we're going to jump into social media. And we're going to do a project starting with LinkedIn. If we come down here, create a LinkedIn profile, that's going to actually require you to set up a LinkedIn account and get started on creating a profile. There's a video for that assignment that talks about that. And there'll be a quiz on chapter 5, social media. All the quizzes, once you start them, you have 2 days to complete them, and you have 2 chances. So you can take it twice. But once you've started it, that 2-day clock starts ticking. All right. It's not due until February 6th, but once you open it, the clock starts ticking. Now we have a reliable sources project. Then there's going to be some resources, and this is a big project, but in the overview video, we'll talk about it. But this is a semester-long project, which in our case will be about 5 weeks worth of work, maybe 6. I think it goes into the 6th week. So it shows all the resources that are available. And again, you can check them off when you make a copy of your own. And then it goes into the topic selection. This is the first part of the activity, and that has a video, lots of videos. Finally, at the end of the week, and you can't submit this until Friday, but at the end of the week, there's a logging out form, and it's going to ask you to reflect on a couple of things. You get to pick the question, and you get to put the answer. And what I'm looking for are the big ideas. I'm looking for what you're thinking, not what you think I think you're thinking, or think you should think, or I'm not sure what I think. Anyhow, you know what I mean? I want to know what you actually think. So that's the logging out form. It's short, it's sweet, it's a good way to wrap up the week. And then at the very bottom of the checklist, this is going to visually show you we have 6 weeks here. So every week we'll color in another square, and that'll help you kind of visualize where we're at. So let's jump back over to the tile here. Again, you're going to notice that some of these things are restricted. Oh, what do I have to do? Check off the video. So watch this video. You're watching it right now. So when you get done, check it off. And then when you come down, all the restrictions are taken off. So you can access everything on there. And here's the Reliable Sources project. So you'll see there's Reliable Sources project overview and topic selection. These two, all they do is they redirect back to the main Reliable Sources folder. Okay. And so take a few minutes. It's worth your time to take a few minutes and look this over. Read it over, read how it's graded. This is a really big project. It's worth almost 25% of the class. So if you don't do the project, you can't get higher than a C. That really is how that works. But it's worth your time to at least make a good attempt. And again, there'll be an overview video for this that will help explain that. And then here's all the parts. So topic selection is what we're going to do this week. And when you go to that assignment, again, you can copy the assignment into your own Google Drive so you can make notes on it, check things off, or you can use the view only. Like, don't make 10 copies of it. If you can't find it again, just go view it. And a video that talks about it. So the video does not have all the details. The assignment has all the details. The video just gives you the big picture. There is a lot to do. There is a lot to watch. A lot of people have already contacted me in Discord, asked questions, expressed concerns, like we've solved some problems already. That is your #1 spot. That is the best place for you to get answers and to communicate. We'll be on your Discord notes channel. So if you're not there already, you're going to want to jump in there right away. Really glad you're here. Looking forward to this fire hose semester. It's always a good one, though. So have a great day.